so much for being here. Honestly, it means so much to me. And it was funny because I was just talking to my producer outside about how we know each other. And I feel so truly like grateful and in the right place at the right time to have met you and to even in the short time that we've known each other to just like share in the moments and the conversations that we've had because it's so impactful to see the things that we can't literally see with our eyes and have conversations that are really like going there. And it, especially like, because we don't know each other that well objectively, but it does feel like we do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure we've known each other for many lifetimes, actually.
And I love that.
Which is why we felt so connected from the get-go.
I feel like every time I speak to you, you say things like that, and then I remember them in my mind, and like I hear you in my mind in moments where I'm like wise. Just that's so wise.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel it.
Yeah.
I felt it in that room where we met. I was like, yeah, everybody in there, not everybody because I didn't meet everybody, but I really know that we were brought together. Like we're part of the same soul tribe.
It feels like that.
And that we were brought together, which actually makes me feel like I moved to Florida for that reason.
Yeah.
To meet my people. You know, yes, I obviously had my people in LA, but this feels more soul connected.
Oh, I love that. And it's so funny because I grew up here and I didn't have that feeling growing up, maybe because I like moved here so young as a kid. And now that I'm back, I feel it immensely. Like I just think it's a very connected place to be at this moment in time.
Yeah, I feel that too. And I feel like everybody's moving here for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's like an open energy.
Yeah. Well, when you say it, given your experience and given your gift, it means so much to have someone recognize it like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just want to take a moment to introduce you and say thank you so much for giving your time and showing up and just like giving your energy and your grace to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No,
I'm so honored.
Happy to welcome you. And I want to introduce you formally. Michelle Galoob, you are an intuitive guide. And that is just like such a profound title, I find, because it carries so much weight and undoubtedly you impact the lives of so many people who are seeking, which is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love what I do. I wasn't always this intuitive guide. I would say that, I mean, I was very intuitive as a kid, but I didn't know that I was intuitive. I thought that it was my thoughts. I thought that I had just good ideas, that it was coming from me.
Yeah.
I had no idea that all along I was really intuitive. And so now that I do what I do, my friends look at me and they're like, you were always this person. Because when I started doing what I do, I was embarrassed. I was like, I don't want anyone to know. Like, God forbid they know, like, that I'm doing intuitive work. Because I felt like I was not connected to the woo-woo of intuition.
Yeah.
I'm so grounded and normal. So I was embarrassed. I didn't want them to know. And so when they found out, they were like, you were always this person ever since I've known you, ever since you were like 8 years old. You know, that's as far back as we remember.
Yeah.
That was who you were. You were always this person. So it's interesting that I do what I do because it really is who I am.
But everyone's journey to becoming essentially like who they are at their core and then letting that speak for itself in the external world, like everyone has a journey in that regard, I think, because we all are influenced by what we see and what we're raised with and how we think it's supposed to be.
So true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was such a shy kid, so shy that I actually think now, I had this thought recently, like my shyness got me to where I am today because in order to really connect to your intuition, you really need to be in silence. You need to, be out of your thoughts and really connect to your heart. And because I was so shy, I really feel like that was the universe's way of opening this gift for me.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't talk to anyone else. I was so, like, extremely shy. It wasn't normal. It was, like, debilitating. I was like, I don't know what to say to people. So I didn't say anything. But I had all these, like, I thought they were thoughts, but they weren't thoughts. It was like intuitive downloads.
It's so funny because, I mean, obviously hindsight plays a role in that. And like, I guess, how would you describe an intuitive download to someone who has no idea what those two words together mean?
Well, okay. So intuition is your connection to your higher self, connection to your inner voice, your inner compass, connection to God, connection to the universe, whatever you want to call it. That's what intuition is. It's when you're allowing yourself to be fully guided by the universe, by your spirit guides who live up there in the upper realms, who want to help you. So it's getting intuition is when you get out of your head and you surrender and you allow yourself to be guided, really. So that's how I would say. That's what intuition is. So an intuitive download is when you get those nudges, you get those gut feelings, you get the tingles or the goosebumps, or it shows up in many different ways.
Yeah.
So you can hear your intuition, feel it, see it, have that deep knowing just when you know something. There's so many different ways, but intuition is a personal language. Yeah. It's not like intuition for me is going to look very different for how it looks for you.
Yeah, and it's, I guess, just getting quiet enough to read it for you.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have had your intuitive moments, but you just need to know how it is that you receive those, how you receive those messages.
Yeah. Well, that's so beautiful. I love the way that you described it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I never realized, me thinking that I was thinking things, I never realized that that's the way they were talking to me. So it felt like I just was thinking a lot.
Yeah.
But it was coming through. And now that I'm tuned into my intuition, it comes through on my left side. So I hear the voices, or I hear my voice even.
Yeah.
So at the time when I was hearing my voice, I thought it was a thought. You know, how are you to know?
Yeah.
Right? So I thought it was my thoughts, so I never realized. But now I realize that it comes in from my left.
Wow. And so how did you get to the point that you became an intuitive guide? Like, was that your career from the get?
No. So I had a fashion business. I worked at a nonprofit. I did so many different things. And I never felt like when I had my fashion business, it was a lot of work and it was very glamorous. And I felt really good about myself in that way, and in a more like materialistic way.
Yeah.
And I loved what other people felt about me. I was like, they think I'm so, glamorous or whatever.
Well, we're taught that external validation is what we should seek.
Yes. Yeah. But inside, I was like, oh my God, if only they really knew what I'm really feeling right now. Inside, I felt so empty because I was like, this isn't who I am. This isn't what I want to do. And then I worked for this nonprofit, which was great, but still, I felt like there was more. And so many things in my life at the time were going really like pear-shaped. I just had a miscarriage. There were so many things. Financially, things were really terrible. It just felt like one thing after the other. And it was too much for my system to handle on my own, which is what I was always used to doing. Well, I'll just figure it out. I'll ask this friend and that friend what they think. But like nothing, I was getting so confused, so depressed. And really I was like at my zero rock bottom. And I begged the universe for help. I'd never done that before. I never thought that the universe could hear me. I never thought that it was possible. But I literally cried. And I said, listen, if there's some being up there that can help me, please, I'm desperate. I need your help. I don't know what to do. I have no idea how I'm going to get through this moment in my life. And that night, I was like in between sleep. I couldn't really fall asleep. My spiritual teacher had passed away, appeared at the foot of my bed. And I'm seeing him like I'm seeing you very clearly. So I'm freaking out. My heart is racing like crazy. And he basically says, listen, if you do this, then this will be solved. Like, he was giving me a play-by-play, what to do, instruction manual to solve all my issues. And so I did them.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like the next day, I felt like a whole weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I felt like I'd seen the light. It was like magic. Really, it felt like magic. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. How is it yesterday I was feeling so bad, and today I'm feeling so good, even though in reality nothing really changed. But I felt like I had so much clarity.
Yeah.
So I, obviously, being human, I wanted that experience again. I was like, I want this. I need this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't think it was possible. So I begged and begged again. Nothing happened. And then a month later, similar experience. And then suddenly I started to hear the voices. I started hearing voices in my left ear.
Wow.
But I didn't realize then what it was. I thought that I was schizophrenic. I thought that I was crazy. I was like, oh, man, what is going on with me? And whoever I was meeting was like, how'd you know that? How'd you know that? How'd you know that? I never told anyone that. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I thought that I was thinking this, like I had no idea.
Yeah, but you trusted it enough to say these things out loud.
Well, I was always that person.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what I'm getting? Like, and I would always say that, you know what I'm getting? Like, I feel like you should do whatever. And they were like, I'm doing this already. Like, how do you know? How do you know? I never told anyone. So that freaked me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling a friend, I'm like, something's up with me because I'm freaking a lot of people out when I'm meeting them. And I don't know why. I'm just having so many thoughts. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I think your third eye's open. And I'm like, what does that even mean? I didn't even know. I was like, what do you mean? Mm-hmm. Where is my third eye? I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, listen, go see this tarot card reader. I just went to see her. Go see her. And if she tells you that you can see, then ask her to teach you. So I go to the tarot card reader, and I'm thinking I'm so skeptical at this point. I'm like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
So I go, and I'm picking the cards, and the first card I pick is a seer card.
Of course it is.
And the lady says, did you know that you came here to channel for people in this life?
Wow.
And I was like, no, not interested. I was like, no, what else do you see? Like, I was so not interested. And she was like, well, let's just keep picking the cards. Literally every card was all about me channeling and using my intuition and my third eye. And she also told me that my third eye was open. So I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I don't even know. I don't know what to do with that. Like, I don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
So I asked her to teach me. And she was like, no, I don't see anything. I don't see. I just read cards.
Yeah.
You see. And I'm like, what do I see? I don't see anything. Oh, I didn't even realize. And then, and so she told me, she said, let's ask your cards when you're going to meet your teacher. So I'm finding the whole thing really silly, honestly. Like, I was just there for fun. And so we pick the card. She says, in the month of March, you're going to meet this woman from a foreign land, and she's going to be your teacher. And my husband was on the phone with a healer from Argentina. It was the last day of March. So he was on the phone with his healer. He was in the car on speakerphone. And I get into the car, and I tell him, I was like, who are you talking to? He was like, oh, this healer from Argentina, because he needed to, whatever, it doesn't really matter why. But he was on the phone with the healer. And so I said to him, I think that this healer is going to be my teacher. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you'll see. Just you'll see. I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I felt it in my bones. Anyway, seconds later, she says, who got into the car with big brown eyes? And he was like, what is going on? And I was like, see? And he said, my wife just got in the car. She said, do you know that your third eye is totally open? So she said it. So this is the third time I've heard it.
Yep.
And I was like, I thought so. I thought as much. And she said, listen, I'm coming to LA next week and I have to meet you. And she stops talking to my husband altogether. And
she's like, your reading is done.
Yeah.
You're done.
So then I was like, okay, I'll meet you. I meet her in a coffee shop it was a week later. She starts crying and saying, oh my gosh, I finally am getting to meet you. My guides told me that I needed to come to LA to meet somebody, and now I know that person's you.
Wow.
So then I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, why would you want to meet me? Like, who am I? And she said, no, I've been instructed that I need to teach you everything I know. And so even then I was like, but I don't want to do what? I'm like, I don't want to do what you do. And she said, you do know that your guides talk to you all the time. And I said, no, they don't. Nobody's talking to me. I just think things. And she said, she was like, what did she say? Oh, yeah. She was like, the voices in your ear. Like, if you'd like, I'll teach you how to manage the voices. I said, yes, please do. Like, that's all I wanted. I wanted to get rid of this gift. I did not want it. I didn't see it as a gift at the time. Yes, long story. But yeah.
She used the right words by saying manage because that allowed you to open the door.
Yeah. So that was it. I said, yes, just teach me how to manage these voices. And so after that, I learned how to turn them off and then turn them on. So it was amazing. So yeah, that was the beginning of my journey.
Wow.
I rejected it many times.
That's so incredible. It's just so curious to me because I used to be someone who was very logic-based and thought, free will is the way that we as humans exist and move through the world, and there's really nothing else. And I would say that's kind of how I moved through my 20s, or the larger part of my 20s. And things happened in my life where there were just synchronicities that I noticed that I was kind of like, this is too weird.
Yeah.
And to just recognize that there are energetic forces at play that we can't see, but we can trust are around us as lay people, as people who don't have any sort of gift or, but are open to the possibilities of like working with the energy that we are all always interacting with, even if we know it or not. And I think also as women, we all have a gift to read the gut feelings that our body's giving to us for whatever reason. Like our gender is just a little bit more in tune. And I think personally, my experience is like if you can read it and you can kind of dance in that way with the energetics, then you can allow yourself to move in alignment with what's true for you inside.
Right. 100%.
But I do think it takes a lot of humility, whether you're born with it or whether it's circumstantial, to open your eyes to it.
I mean, we're all born with it. It's a matter of like, it's a muscle that you need to build. So it's like tuning back in and recognizing it. Children are way more intuitive than adults because they're, play actually helps you connect to your intuition, and being childlike and enjoying like gets you out of your head and into your heart. And therefore you're able to connect in that way,
Yeah. It's funny. I actually was voice noting a friend, and this was last week, and I was talking about something, and I use those words, and I was like, when I'm in my heart, I know this to be true. It's just when my brain gets in the way and my anxieties and my fears start to dictate how I'm viewing certain things in my eyes, then I get muddled. I get lost. And it was just really like, it was an aha moment for me. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, that's it. How do you get into your heart, though? That's the thing.
That is exactly
elusive.
Yeah, that is exactly it. When we're in our heads and in our fear, panic, spiraling thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
We're basically signaling to the universe that we don't believe we're being taken care of. Like, we want to control everything, and we need to know. And you only need to know because you're afraid of what you don't know. right? So when you establish a trust in the universe, a trust in the creator, or whatever you want to call it, you don't need to know anymore. You're just trusting that you're going to be taken care of no matter what, that everything happens for you perfectly. So that is when you step into your heart, into your, like what I like to call it, surrender. It's like, it's the absolute let go. Like, I just know everything's going to work out perfectly. Like, I moved to Florida not knowing really anything. I hardly knew anyone. It didn't really make sense to move here.
Yeah.
At all. And that's what intuition is. It's not supposed to make sense. But I knew Florida was the place. Even though it didn't make any sense, I felt it. I felt it in my bones. And then having that trust brought me here. And I know it will be shown to me, but I trust that the universe will take care of me in the best way possible. And this is exactly where my soul needs to be.
Yeah.
But a lot of us get in our own way and sabotage our intuition because of logic.
Yeah.
So, and you only get into the logical place when you're not trusting.
Absolutely.
So you need to trust. You have to just trust. It's almost like having blind faith.
Yeah.
And knowing that, that everything is there for us. And everything's perfect. Even if it doesn't look that way. Like, even my gift that I got came from a really dark situation. I was like at my rock bottom. So would I want that again? Yes, if it means that I'm going to get this gift, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it didn't look good, didn't feel good, but I just know that the universe plans everything for us. It's all like perfectly orchestrated.
Yeah. And I guess kind of your journey from like asking for help to seeing your spiritual teacher to literally like sitting at coffee with the healer from Argentina, even though you doubted it and you didn't really want it, you stayed open.
Yeah,
you surrendered.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm done choosing. I'm done trying to make my own decisions. I was done. I was so done because everything I was deciding was failing, didn't work out, which is why I got to that place of surrender, because I was like, if I don't know, and I used to think I was like so capable.
Same.
I'm like, I can do anything. I don't need anyone's help. I can do it. So I'm like, if I can't figure out what my next steps are, who can figure it out?
Yeah.
And I was done figuring it out. I was like, I'm just so done. I'm so done. But I needed to get to that done place. Like, it needed to be that bad for me to be done in order for me to like ask the universe for assistance.
Yeah. And I think that that's also part of the journey too, right? Like that pain that you're in and getting to the point where you're done and desperate in the sense that you kind of are willing to reject your own logic and open up to something that you don't know whether it exists, as we're like human, and being human is to be flawed and to a certain extent like a little bit ignorant because we think we know everything. We absolutely probably know nothing.
It's so true. Although we know in our core.
If you can open up to it, right? Like that logic and what we latch on to.
Oh, yeah. That's like a false reality. But our souls know.
Yeah.
I've done so many sessions where people say, especially this week.
Yeah.
The sessions that I had, most people say, so, I kind of know that I need to start a podcast, or I know that I came here to, I don't know, to be a public speaker. Let's just say, I know, like as a child, I always knew. And then they're like, but I really don't know what to do. So I'm like, well, what you're telling me is that you already know. Your soul knows the truth. Our souls know the truth. And we've heard the whispers of our soul when we're quiet enough to hear it.
Yeah.
But then when you get into your head and you're like, well, I really don't know. Am I supposed to do that? I'm like, you just told me what your soul really does know.
Yeah.
Yes, you are supposed to. But our brains kind of play games with us.
Yeah. Well, that was what they were designed to do, right? Like our brains are designed to keep us alive.
Yeah.
And we're molded in a time where the threats that existed don't really exist now.
Right. True that. True.
Yeah. Like a tiger's not chasing us.
No. Tigers.
No? We just have like, we're doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
So, but I guess, so when you talk about having readings and your work as an intuitive guide when you work with others, what does that look like and what do you help people do?
So there are two layers. I help people recognize and trust their intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I help people see certain patterns in their life and learn how to unblock those patterns so they don't go through the same situations for the rest of their life. I give clarity in whatever area, relationships, finance, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
What are the other? Love, relationships. I help people see their blockages, see their patterns, understand their soul's purpose, so that they can really navigate like from their highest self. Like my gift is I'm able to see people at their highest potential. So it's like I can see when somebody is destined for greatness and they're like, and they're feeling small and they're like, but who am I? I'm like, are you serious? You don't see that? Oh my God. So my job is really to open your eyes and help you see you in the way that your soul really wants to be seen.
That is incredible.
Yeah. I love it, honestly.
And
yeah, go ahead.
You go.
No, you.
Well, I guess I would just kind of, when people get to you and they're having a reading, it's so easy to see yourself as small. It's so easy to play small. It's so easy to play safe. So there must be some sort of like inkling that they have that they're destined for something bigger. And they come to you. And if you get someone at a reading who probably is similar to the way that you were when you were exposed to the possibility that you may have the gift, like how do you deal with that? Because I do think that there's so many people who are not even, they can't wrap their head around the concept or so much unknown, understandably so. And where do you start people when they come in not realizing that this is something that they have access to?
Well, okay. So when I'm teaching them, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've all had intuitive hits, whether you know it or not, right? So in your life, I'm sure if I asked you, was there a moment in your life that you like felt your intuition or you were like, oh, I instinctively thought this and it was true, right? So the issue is with most people is we don't know how we are receiving our messages. So when I was hearing the voices, I just thought it was my thoughts.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was my way. I'm also a visual person, so I have clairvoyance, so I see. I thought I was daydreaming. I thought I was like making stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay, so when, like we all have our intuition, like I said, we're all intuitive. We're not tuned into the right signal all the time. And we don't know how we're receiving the messages. So it's really about getting clear about how it is you receive your messages, and going back and looking at all those moments that you were intuitive to understand what those, what that mode is, what that channel is for you. Intuition is very personal. So I feel like you're like a feeler. Okay.
I'm a feeler. I'm a Pisces moon though. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Having Pisces in your big three is like the most intuitive sign.
I feel like you feel people. You're like an empath. You feel it all, right? You're like,
you would be correct.
Yeah. So you're probably the type who gets goosebumps and you're like, ooh, I just got chills. Like, ooh, I just got, butterflies in my tummy. Those are the feelers.
Yeah.
So we all have our way. So I feel, but not so much. I see and I hear. That's my main two dominant channels. So you just need to understand how it is you are receiving your messages already.
Yeah.
So when you're getting your chills, that's your signal. Okay, this is them talking to me now. you know?
That's so interesting. I feel sometimes also I get deja vu, which is weird and kind of puts my brain in a loop because I'm like, how does this work?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, deja vu is the clairvoyance. It's the ability to see. Yeah. Wait, I don't know. I floated away. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Clairvoyance, how everyone sees and feels different
Yes.
modes of intuition, I guess.
So we experience our intuition as an extension of our 5 senses. So there's, we see, we hear, taste, smell. I'm able to smell too now.
Oh, that's so cool that's
so weird. Yeah, somebody once asked me in a session about a property, and I could smell mold. They're like, what do you think about we want to buy this property? And I'm like, I'm smelling mold. This is so weird. I've never experienced that before. And I was like, I think it has a mold issue. And she was like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. I just like, I smell mold. I mean, I started smelling around. I'm like, no, I smell mold. Like, it's not actually here.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, we're going to look into it. And it turned out that place had a mold issue. So I was like, that's so weird.
It's so weird, but it's not weird.
It's so weird, but not weird.
Yeah.
But even for me, I get blown away every time. I'm like, what?
I think
amazing.
I would too.
It's amazing how the universe is always talking to us.
Yeah.
You just have to like open your eyes or open your ears or whatever it is.
Well, also once you start to realize that there is intuition in us all and that you start to understand how to read the signals that your body is giving you or your soul is giving you, how do you work with that energy and how do you use it to make decisions that align with you in your day-to-day, right? Because someone could come to you as a repeat customer once every 2 months, but they're not going to see you. It's not like you're not a therapist. They're not going to see you once a week and be like, well, what should I do in this moment, in this direct reaction to a stimulus?
Right. So what I always recommend is to know that you have a team up there who want to help you. Okay, so asking for help on the daily. Mm-hmm. Your spirit guides want to help you.
Yeah. It's
kind of their role. Okay, it is their role. If you're not asking them for help, you're kind of doing them a disservice. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So if you want to connect and you want to get guidance on a day-to-day, I would just wake up in the morning and say, Spirit guides, I need your help. Can you please help me? I have an important meeting today, and I really don't even know what to talk about. And when you are detached from needing to know exactly what to do, they're gonna show you in whatever way that is your way. Mm-hmm. Okay. So for me, I get my downloads in the shower. That's like my place.
Yeah.
Okay. In the shower, like they talk to me it's like constant to the point that I have a pad in the shower where I can write things down. So that is like my ultimate download place. That's where I get my downloads.
Yeah.
It could be when I'm folding the laundry. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to sit and meditate all day long. Mm-mm. You could do something so simple, but something that keeps you out of your thoughts. Something like repetitive. Could be you walking on a treadmill, whatever it is, going for a long drive. As long as you do these things consistently every day, you are training your body to know that you're the most open to receive guidance.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Can I tell you what I do?
Yeah, please.
So I don't do this consistently, but like if I'm feeling like I really need guidance, and this is recent, in my mind, I visualize myself walking on this street in Toronto. And I used to like walk by it when I would walk home from the gym at night and coming up to the porch of this house. And I imagine sitting on rocking chairs in a straight line are like the people that I've loved that have passed away.
Amazing.
And I go up to them one at a time, like on my knees, and visit each and every one of them. And they speak in probably, like in my mind, they speak in the way that they would when they were alive, and their funny mannerisms and their kind of like idiosyncrasies in their personality. And I just go one down the line. And I don't ask questions. It's just kind of like I speak to them. And sometimes they don't say anything, and sometimes they'll say something that like I need to hear. But it's all just visualized and like kind of like do that exercise. And no matter what comes of it, I always feel like way more grounded after, even if it's not.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I visualized that.
Yeah.
I felt like I was talking to them too.
I don't know where it came from, truly.
But
I
love that.
Yeah.
I think everyone should do that. In fact, I might do that.
Take it.
I love it. It's so nice.
It's comforting.
Yes. But even if you didn't know, let's say somebody doesn't have any loved ones who have passed away, and they're like, well, then who am I going to connect to?
Yep.
Like, what I would do is I would just say, spirit guides, you don't need to know who they are.
Yeah.
You just need to know that they're there, and you need to connect to their energy. And literally, they will come down and help you. Your like celestial parking angel, your if you need a dentist, let's say, you call in your celestial dentist, and you could get help in whatever area. Like legal, you need a lawyer, you connect to your celestial lawyer.
Yeah.
So you can call any help in that you need. Mm-hmm. You have to believe and know that it's there.
Yeah. I love that. And so you are an Akashic Records reader as well. So do you mind explaining what that really means?
Yeah. So the Akashic Records it's like an iCloud, just like the iPhone for those Samsung users. I'm sorry for you guys. No, just kidding. Okay. So it's like an iCloud that stores all your information, past, present, future, thoughts, actions, you name it. It's in this cloud. It's your soul's blueprint, basically. So when you access your Akashic Records, you're able to access your file in the cloud, not to be nosy about your life, but to help, see different patterns in your life, to help you get clarity in whatever area, to help remove blockages. So Akashic, the word Akashic is actually Sanskrit, and it comes hello. It's the word sky, ether, or space.
Okay, and
in Sanskrit. So it is that. It's like a realm. And when you access your Akashic Records, you're like in this vortex of energy. That's what it feels like. It's like this amazing energy that really you're able to get. It's like supercharging your ability to connect.
That's so cool. So it's along the lines of what you've talked about in terms of helping people uncover essentially their highest self, right?
Yes.
Because you can't get there unless you understand the blueprint you're working with.
Right, 100%. So when I open my own records, I always do it in order for me to connect to the highest version of me. So no matter what scenario I open my records for, if I need to have a difficult conversation and I feel like my ego's gonna creep in, I'm like, I'm gonna open up my records so that I can operate from the highest version of me. It's like the most divine version of yourself.
That's so beautiful. It's so interesting to me because I think that like when I think about a woman's health and obviously like we have to take care of our bodies because we get this one body and we're lucky enough to exist in it. I do not see a full comprehensive caretaking of health unless there is this connection to intuition or a higher power, right? Like there has to be some sort of faith or trust in yourself and the universe for you to tap in and understand what's right for you. And I think where people kind of get led astray is they latch on to externally what they think other people are going to do and they follow others down a path that was not meant for them, even to the smallest little decisions, right? Like, are you going to take that little supplement or are you going to go stand on your vibration plate or are you going to go and kind of like take a hawk or a walk because someone else told you to when it's not necessarily like resonating
aligned,
within,
right.
Or aligned.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So the body is the receiver of intuition. It's the antenna.
Yeah.
So your body never lies. So when I'm trying to get like an intuitive download for, something related to me, family issue or whatever, and I try to do it in my normal ways. But if I feel like I'm getting in my own way, I always ask my body for a signal. Okay, so that is my ultimate check.
Mm-hmm.
If my body is, I don't know if you've ever done the body sway test. Have you ever heard of
No.
body sway? So you stand up and you can ask, is my name Michelle? Your body will probably sway forward. Not everybody, my body would sway forward. And if you and a no is your body will sway backwards naturally.
Yeah.
So that's my ultimate test when I feel like I've tried so many different things and I'm not quite sure. I'm like, what are my guides telling me? Because when you get involved in needing to know something, it's easy for your brain to come in and like kind of make you doubt yourself and second guess.
Yep.
So when I'm second guessing, because even I second guess at times, I use the body sway.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I find yoga really helps. Like I will go on the mat with a question, and it could be something as, how do I respond to this text? Or it could be something very, very high level and important to me, like a little bit more of a consequential answer that I'm seeking. And by the end of a class, I know what to do. And it's not necessarily like a light bulb moment. It's more just a slow awakening to what resonates within. And I guess maybe that's where I get quiet enough to listen or to get a download. But there is certainty in those spaces that you can come back to, whether it's like the body sway test or yoga or a walk or just sitting quietly or even just like you can meditate, obviously, but it doesn't have to be that.
Right. Or going for a walk in nature. I honestly, like the other day, I was trying to figure something out and it wasn't coming to me and I had such a block around it. And I'm like, I'm just going to let this go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it go. I'm not even going to think about it. And in a flash, I got the whole thing came to me of what to do. I was like, wow, that was so easy. I didn't even have to think about it. It came to me because I let it go and I wasn't like fixated on needing to know.
Yeah.
So it's magical.
Yeah, once you can surrender and like open yourself up to it, it becomes a little bit, it's not so white knuckly.
Right. Exactly.
For lack of a better word.
Exactly that.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard because I think we live so low vibration because we're easily influenced and there are so many earthly things that we have to take care of and be responsible for. And then we live in those places because that's what's immediately in front of us.
Right.
But it's so much more than that. And like, and listen, it is hard to have faith and trust because I'm someone who knows a little bit about it from my role as a yoga teacher and just being exposed to that world and yoga philosophy, and then how we met and learning more about spirituality in a realm that feels really, really like cozy.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many moments that I have where I don't trust and I live in that logic brain or I live in fear or I live in trying to grip or maneuver or manipulate an outcome. And the truth is like we have control over certain things, but then there's other things that we really don't have control over. And sometimes I play a logic game with myself, which is if I believe in the energetic forces at play in the universe, what's the worst? Like, there's no downside. If I believe this and it's completely false, I'm still going to move through my life in a way that is so much more joyous and celebratory and faith-based and trust-based and in surrender. And if it doesn't exist, who cares?
It's so true. So I went to New York with my daughter, and it was kind of like a spontaneous trip. And I'd never traveled Spirit Airlines in my life. And I was like, oh, look, there's this flight. It's so cheap. Let's just go. This is no brainer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we book a return flight from here to New York, and we're there. We're having a great time. And our flight was coming back Sunday, and on Saturday, my daughter tells me, she goes, I think this is like a joke, but I saw on my phone, it said that Spirit Airlines shut down and all flights are canceled. I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's a joke. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
I was like, but I'll check anyway. So I go on my app, my Spirit Airlines app, and I see it says, effective immediately, all flights are canceled. And I was like, whoa, that is crazy. So here it is. It is what it is. That is totally out of my control.
Mm-hmm.
I could have listen, I did have a moment that I was like, this is annoying. Okay, it's annoying. But I was like, but it is what it is. And once I really connected to this is out of my control, clearly it's happening to me because I can handle it. And maybe there's some magic in it. Like there has to be magic in it. Once I connected to that realm and I totally let go, I told my daughter, I'm like, I'm not even looking for other flights back. Maybe we stay here for like 2 weeks. I was like, it kind of felt like liberating. I was like, maybe we just stay in New York. Let's just wing it. And we spent the whole day like doing nothing, like going to the movies, doing this, doing that. I looked at flights back like at midnight, but I felt really good. I was like, I was in flow. Everything worked out perfectly. And I took JetBlue back and that was my chosen airline. And it just all worked out.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And it's just like something as simple as that.
Yeah. When you're connected, you're in a happy place. You're like everything, this happened for a reason. You know? We actually got a whole extra day there. So
oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I completely agree. When you're connected, you're happy and you're able to live in the moment and you're able to really like life seems a little bit more like an adventure as opposed to an arduous journey.
Like things just work out. They work out with very little effort.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's the magic.
Yeah, that is the magic. And so when you say like you see people's highest selves, like if someone does not have access to you to get a reading, what are things that people can do to like realize how high they may be able to climb in terms of their own soul?
What do you mean? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Like you see people's highest selves, right? And so they come to you and they may have some sort of clue that they're meant for more.
Yes.
But if someone may not have access to an intuitive who can see that for them, how do you recognize that in yourself? That's a better way of asking it.
How do you recognize that you have those gifts? Or
that there's a version of you that exists at a higher frequency that's more of what you are.
That's a good question. So, okay, sorry, it took me a while to compute.
You can take as much time as you need.
I'll take 5 minutes. No, just kidding.
5 minutes in silence on a podcast would be amazing.
I know. Trust me, I've done it before. No, just kidding. Okay, so it's a good question because when I was working at the nonprofit and I did not have access to any of this, or maybe I did, I just didn't know. And I was feeling that I knew that my purpose was really helping people.
Yeah.
So what I did, but I felt frustrated because I wasn't there. I was like going to work every day, going through the motions, on autopilot, feeling kind of dead inside. I'm like, who am I? I couldn't see who I was anymore.
I know that feeling.
Okay. So, but I knew in my core that I was here to do something impactful. Okay. And I knew that. I didn't know what. And this is what a lot of us struggle with because we try to look for the what, like what are we going to do versus who we are and how do we want to feel. So what I did was I looked at all the, like so many moments in my life and I looked at the things that really lit me up. Like, who am I? Like, why did Michelle get thrown back to earth? Like, I wanted to look at my life and see what were the things that truly made me feel alive and happy and connected to my truth. And when I did that, I saw that there was like a common thread, a common theme. And I wrote myself like a personal mission statement. Even though I did not know that I had this gift and I did not know how to access it, I wrote this personal mission statement. And I put it in my phone and I read it every single day. And I got so excited, even though I didn't know how I was going to get there. So even though I was on autopilot at work, feeling a little bit not excited, that excited me. Just having that vision of me really bringing impact into this world and being the person that I came here to be and really connecting to my purpose, that made me so excited that I feel like I became a magnet to draw that in because of my excitement, because I could see it. It was like, this is real. It became my reality.
I love that. I think it's so interesting because I feel like in 2026, people talk about like your personal brand and who are you on the internet or who are you externally. And that to me, a personal mission statement is so much more meaningful, but maybe is kind of like lives in parallel to a personal brand. Because a personal mission statement is who you are through and through.
Yes.
And it is a magnet, a true magnet.
Right.
And that is an amazing exercise.
Yeah, like for me, I looked at my personal life, my life in fashion, my life working at a bank, my life at the nonprofit. And what I realized my common thread was I loved helping people see who they really were. And I always did that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love it when I go for coffees with my friends because this is what, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I would always help them through their problems and help them see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it really lit me up. So the idea of me doing that forever felt so good. It felt energizing. It didn't feel like, oh no, I have to find what to do.
Yeah.
And then eventually the what shows up. It came to me. I didn't look for this. I didn't choose it. And that's the mistake so many people make. They're like, oh, should I be an accountant? Should I do this? Should I do that?
Yeah.
And you get so stuck in the what that it's like it's not aligned with who you are.
Yeah. Because it exists kind of outside of that. It like hovers outside.
So I could do what I do. I could be this person, and I could have chosen so many different vehicles. But this vehicle chose me. This was the vehicle. And it felt like home. It felt aligned.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And so you're a mom, and how do you kind of nurture this connection to self, this deep connection to self that everyone has access to in your children?
So I never tell my kids really what to do. And I always ask them, what do you think? Like, I don't want them to rely on me and my guidance. I want to ignite their own guidance. So like with my 9-year-old, for example, he'll say, I want to do this, this, and this. I'm like, what do your angels say? And he was like, and he'll close his eyes and he'll say, well, I think I'm getting a yes. I'm like, well, sit with it for a moment and ask your angels. Like, that's how he understands it. And so I totally encourage them and help them trust their own inner voice. And they're usually always right. My kids are really intuitive, actually.
That is amazing.
Yeah. To the point that my son, he's like super intuitive.
Yeah.
But he will choose Pokemon cards using his intuition and his guidance. He does not like just go pick one. He'll test the cards with his energy, with his hands, and feel the energy. And whichever one feels really hot to him, he'll pick it. And usually, almost always, there's like the V card or VMAX or whatever it's called, the best Pokemon card in that pack. So he does it all the time.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
But you're raising kids to actually trust themselves and to look within before looking without, you know?
100%.
Yeah. And
so important.
Amazing. It's so important. I wish, I had that. I think probably like everyone does because it is such a it gets lost in the shuffle. And it's not that you can't find it. It's just imagine moving through life with such a deep point of connection within.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like a game changer.
Oh, I love that so much. Okay, I have one last question.
Sure.
So what's like one mantra or saying that you live your life by?
I always say it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that doesn't sound like a fancy mantra, but
It does not need to be fancy.
it's not fancy because I like to be very simple.
Me
It is
too.
what it is
Me too.
because whatever challenges come your way, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So be it. Like, it is what it is. So let's just move on. It is what it is, and let's move on and be happy about it.
Yeah.
So when that Spirit Airlines went bust on me.
Yep. Went bust on you.
It went bust on me. It is what it is. Like, what am I going to do?
No.
I can't do anything about it. So it is what it is. That is like, and it's so freeing to me. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. Let's say you're having like financial issues and you can't pay a bill. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now you have a choice to be happy. Like, choose happiness, choose life. It is what it is. Like,
yeah,
what more
I
can you
needed
do?
that today, actually. It's funny. I'm in such a busy season and I feel really grateful for it and really like expanded. But for whatever reason, I have chosen to sign up for an online course where I'm getting some certification for work. And it is like, I imagine I'm operating at like a first grade level and this feels like 12th grade. So I'm just in over my head and it is stressing me out. And last week I had to say to myself, well, if I fail, it is what it is. I get automatically re-enrolled into the next cohort. And will that feel good? It's not going to feel great, but if that's what this is coming to, then it's not the end of the world. It's not hinging like this degree. This is not a degree that I'm hinging my whole career on. It's literally like an extra. It's the icing on top.
Right.
And thank you. I really needed to hear that today because I keep having these talks with myself of like the overachiever in me comes out and everything's taking me a lot longer than I anticipated because I don't know anything about what I'm trying to get certified in.
No, I get it. But like, when you say like it is what it is, you can pivot. You just pivot. Nothing is set in stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just, okay. So my flight got canceled. So I did this certification and it feels really overwhelming. Okay. So then we move. We keep moving. Like, as long as we keep moving and signaling to the universe, what you desire, what you want, the universe is going to take care of you. You got to move.
Yeah, you can't stand still.
No.
And you can't be paralyzed by fear.
Right.
Because living in that place of fear, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when you're clouded in fear, the universe can't really get to you.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people I talk to, and this is an analogy I always use, because they're like, I know I need to be doing so. I know, like I need to, be doing this or that or whatever. But the analogy is like, it's as though they're at a train station and they're watching the trains go by. And they're like, oh, I know I need to get on that train. They're just like so scared to get on the train. But what's the worst that can happen? They get on the wrong train. You get off, you go back. Or you go on a different train. That's the mantra. It is what it is. Like, get on that train. If it's the wrong train, so be it. Like, get on a different train. It's okay.
Yeah.
But so many people are trying to, like, get on the perfect train, thinking that they need to get all their ducks in a row before they get on the train. And so focused on but what if it's the wrong train? And how am I going to get on the train? And, like, all the details that they're just sitting at the platform.
Yeah, and they never move.
Never move. And they're so frustrated because they've seen 50 trains go by. They're like, oh, man, I know I need to be on that train, so get on it. So, yeah, it's very much in line with it is what it is. Just get on the train. If it's the wrong train, so be it. It is what it is. Go get on a different train. But just move.
Just move. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so where can people find you if they want to get a reading or if they just want to learn more, if they want to consume your content and your amazing wisdom that you've shared with us today?
Instagram is probably the best place.
Okay.
And my handle is at Michelle Galoob.
Okay, great.
And yeah, and I would love to see all you people.
Well, I'm sure you're going to get an influx. And I will also put your Instagram handle in the show notes.
Okay.
So anybody who's looking for you will be able to find it there as well.
You're the best.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for this beautiful, enlightening conversation. I feel like my soul is lighter and a little bit more like pieced together after this.
Oh,
so thank you.
Thank you.